Whoopsie doopsie, kids. So I just noticed that I was missing something. O sea, in the previous video, we were talking about like when an angle intercepts inside of the circle or when an angle intercepts outside of the circle. O sea, but there is like another scenario that I was missing. I am naming it T10.5 because like I missed it. It is when a circle, o sea, when an angle is over the circumference. O sea, it is not inside, it is not outside, but the vertex of the angle is exactly over the circumference. In this case, I only have one arc. And that means that o sea, instead of doing like major arc plus or minus minor arc, because I only have one arc, I'm just gonna do one half of that arc. Okay, so like let us see how does this looks like, no? For example, some are easy, no? So if this is an isosceles triangle, that means that this angle and this angle are the same. 180 minus 50, 130, 130 divided by 2, o sea, 180 minus 50 divided by 2, that is 130 divided by 2, that is 65. So each of these angles measures 65. Okay, so C measures 65, and well, Y, please observe that Y is the arc inscribed by Z, so Y measures 130. Okay, but the one that matters, the new one, is this angle X. The angle X is an angle over the circumference, so like X is gonna be half of this arc. How much does this brown arc measures? Well, the arc is gonna measure 100. So this angle, the orange angle X, is gonna measure 50, no? Because it's gonna be one half of the arc. Oof. Okay. These two angles need to add up to 180. So X equals to 104. Okay. Now we know that this angle, angle C, is gonna be, let me draw it, angle Z is gonna be half of arc Y. Now, how do we find arc Y? Well, if you're very careful, you can see that this and this measure the same. So that means, because they are congruent chords, that means that this arc is the same as this arc. Okay, what other information do we have? Well, I know that this one is 76. So that means that this arc is 140. No. It's 76 times 2. Yeah, 153, no? So this is 153. So that means that the blue arc, o sea, the big one, is 360 minus 153, which is 207. A ver, 76, ¿cuánto es? 76 times 2. This is 152, sorry. 152, so this is a 206, no, 360 minus 152, that is 208. So that means that arc Y measures half of 208. So this arc measures 104, no? Because it's half of what was the blue arc. Okay, and that means that angle Y is half of it. O sea, angle C is gonna be 52. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna explain it again because I feel that I didn't do it that well. No, you can see the video, no? O sea, you can replay it. But that won't make a better explanation. I'm gonna explain it again. A ver, you see that you have a 76 here. That 76 means that this arc is 76 times 2. 76 times 2 is 152. Okay. Then you know that this, what I'm gonna do now, green arc, o sea, the green arc is 360 minus 152. 360 minus 152 is gonna be 208. Okay. Because these two chords are congruent, that means that I am splitting it into two congruent parts. O sea, this is going to measure 104 and this is going to measure 104. O sea, arc Y measures 104. Then arc Z, arc C is this angle that is in between the circumference. O sea, this is going to be half of this arc. O sea, C is going to be half of 104. It's going to be 52. Okay. For number 13, look, here is the angle that it's in between, no? O sea, it is not inside, it is not outside, it is in between. Okay, and look, what can I see? I have some chords that are congruent. So if this is 80, then this one is also 80. And because this chord is the same, this one is also 80. Okay. So if this angle measures 80, that means that Y measures 40, no? What else? For example, we can see that then this chord that I am doing in pink, sorry, this arc that I am doing in pink, it's going to be 360 minus 80 minus 80 minus 80. O sea, it's going to be 120. If I know the measurement of the chord, then I can see that angle C is the angle that it's in between. So that is 1/2 of 120. So angle C is 60. Okay. Here I have parallel lines, no? If I have parallel lines, that means that I want alternate interior angles, corresponding angles. O sea, for example, something that I can see is that this angle is half of 100, no? Because it's inscribed to 100, so this is 50. So X is also 50. Oof, if X is also 50, that means that Y is 100. Okay, so if this is 100, 100, and this is 90, then the measurement of this chord, sorry, the measurement of this arc should be 360 minus, o sea, 360 minus 100 minus 100 minus 90. O sea, this arc measures 70. If that arc measures 70, the angle in between, that is not outside or inside, measures half of it, so C measures 35. Okay, look, here there is no in-between angle. This is just about inscribed angles. What is the measurement of angle Y? Because this is a diameter, you can see that this is 90. Oh. But look, this is a diameter. So X measures 90 as well. And C measures 90 as well. Okay, this is an outside angle, no? So if my angle is outside, I need to use, now the miscellaneous part starts. If the angle is outside, then I know that it's minus 29 is 1/2 of 114 minus x. 29 times 2 is 58. 58 is 114 minus x. I subtract 114, so 58 minus 114 is negative 56. So x equals to 56. Okay, so this angle is inside. Because it is inside, I am going to use the formula with a plus, no? So x equals to 1/2 of the major arc, 156 plus 130, no? So 156 plus 130, that is 286. So 286 divided by 2, that is 143. Amazing. Okay, so this is a little bit more tricky. You can try it if you want to do it. O sea, like, look, I have an angle outside. Whoa. I have an angle outside, so I need to use like the minus formula, no? But I need to calculate what is the major and the minor arc. It is not immediately given. So, for example, for the minor arc, the small one, I know that the small one measures twice as 73, no? Porque it's inscribed in an angle of 73. So this is 146. And now for the major arc, we know that the major arc is going to be 360 minus 146. So this is going to be 214. So my equation would be x equals to 1/2, because it is outside, it's a minus, 214 minus 146. O sea, x is 1/2, and what is 214 minus 146? That is 68. O sea, x equals to 34. Great. This angle is outside. So if it is outside, I need to use a minus. So I know what is the minor arc, but we need to know what is the major arc. So the major arc is just 360 minus 125. So the major arc is 235. So my external angle, 6 minus 11, equals 1/2 of the major arc minus, because it's outside, 125. I'm going to multiply by 2, so this is going to become 12x minus 22 equals 235 minus 125. I'm going to do, what is 235 minus 125? 235 minus 125, that is 110. I am going to add the 22, so 12x equals to 1 is the 32, and 132 divided by 12 is 11. So x is 11. Okay, now look, this angle is an angle inside, pero I do not know what are these arcs, no? So what I am gonna do, instead of finding the pink angle first, let me find this angle. Angle, I'm gonna call it, I don't know why. Is that gonna work? Oof. Well, I hope it does. So I know that y equals 1/2. I am gonna do a plus because my angle is inside. The major arc plus the minor arc. So 2x minus 30 plus 30. Okay, we can simplify this. So this means that y equals to 1/2 of 2x, no? Porque The 30s are going to cancel out. So, and 1/2 and 2 cancel out, so y equals to x. Okay. And what else do we know about y and x? Well, y and x add up to 180. So that means that, so if y and x, so that means that y plus x equals 180 and y equals x. So that means that y equals to x equals to 90, no? Angle x is 90. Okay, and the last one from this video, I have an angle outside. It is outside, so I need to do a minus the major arc minus the minor arc. So x equals 1/2 of 178 minus 76. O sea, x equals to 1/2 of 106. X equals to 53. Nice.